How's it? I'm Wayne Exner, co-owner of Ace Customs. Back again, here to tell you about what's going on in the shop, what we've been busy with, and what we're going to be up to in the coming months. Historically, Ace Customs has been made up of two companies, Ace Customs and Ace Customs Racing. Ace Customs being focused on interior fabrication, custom audio, dashboards, the finishing, body kits, all the type of cosmetic stuff. Ace Customs Racing, on the other hand, more on the fabrication side, metalwork, chassis building, suspension design, race car builds, that type of thing. But we always lacked sort of a middle ground where we could maintain the vehicles that we've built, do performance modifications, do mechanical maintenance on custom, exotic and cool cars. So we've always been sort of missing that element. And last year we were lucky enough to meet a guy who we've subsequently gone into business with and opened up Ace Customs Auto. So Ace Customs Auto is set up to do any type of mechanical maintenance as well as performance modifications, turbos, flowed heads, anything like that where you want to improve the performance of your vehicle, as well as suspension, exhaust, all that type of thing. But then also what's key is that you do the modifications, you can come back to us for your ongoing maintenance or maybe additional steps in your upgrade process. You want more power, you want to change the look, and that's what's really cool about Ace Customs, our little group of companies, is that as we expand, we're able to offer sort of a turnkey solution for modifying, upgrading, restoring, resto-modding your vehicle. Something that we don't often talk about is that we don't only modify or work on cars. We'll do bikes, ATVs, we have done bikes and ATVs, audio and custom stuff, electrical work. But something that we also do and have done in the past is boats. That includes boat interiors, boat wiring, boat audio systems. We've done boat restorations, including paint, engine, all that type of thing. In your sort of ski boat, boats you use on the Vol, that type of thing. We can modify, upgrade audio, restore, maintain, all that type of stuff. Two of the biggest projects we've completed in the last 6 months to a year is the 68 Camaro as well as the E30 wide-body BMW. The Camaro specifically is really one of those kind of holy grail builds. It's not something that comes along all the time you get to build. Camaro is really one of the muscle cars, and it was really an honor to be chosen by our customer to build the vehicle for him. So this Camaro has actually been a very long process for the customer. He bought the car many, many years ago. The car was in very, very bad condition. He had a lot of metal work, basically replaced every panel just about on the car. And over a long period of time, did a lot of work, bought suspension parts, had the car at another place or at numerous places. Eventually the project sort of stalled and he basically had a rolling chassis with an engine. And the engine had been built, he had some cool suspension components, but the car wasn't really going anywhere. So basically, the Camaro has been a complete from scratch build. When we started with the car, it was just a rolling chassis, as I mentioned, but we've stripped it right down. Everything, every bolt, every nut, everything's been redone. We took the motor out, we rebuilt the motor in-house. Ace Customs Racing obviously handles that aspect of the build. Redid all the suspension, the underbody of the car was redone, all suspension components, powder coated, new exhaust system, a lot of little details. The customer had a very specific vision for the car, that being sort of a road racing kind of car. So the car's got a half cage in it that's been stitched and covered. He had bought the Corbeau seats that are in the car. So he had a lot of the bits, but we had to bring it all together. The whole interior, all the fabrication in the engine bay, the vinyls on the car, pretty much everything. Well, actually not pretty much everything, absolutely everything has been done by Ace Customs. What's really important about this car is there are so many little details on the car that if I don't take you through each detail, People will see the car and understand and see that it looks impressive, but there are so many small details that we've added that I'd actually have to show you each detail to understand the level of effort and time that's gone into putting this car together. So just to mention a few of the small details that we've done, the guys at Ace Custom built a really cool interior. Obviously did the rear seat delete, built the audio and the battery in. The car's got quite a complex wiring system. We built a fuse board and a wiring board that's hidden away in the boot. If you look at the interior, you'll see the belt line runs right the way through. We had to make up the trimmings that are on the standard door panels that follows the line all the way through the interior. We took the stock console and extended that right through the center of the vehicle. It's got the RF audio system built in there. It's got a wireless phone charger. Car's obviously got the vintage aircon system. On the engine side, Spectre air intake that we tracked down. The customer wanted something really cool in the engine bay, so we figured out and found out about the Spectre intake that we had to special order. And then obviously a lot of custom fab work, little trim panels and stuff that have been done in the engine bay. The car also runs a pedal box, a tilt-in pedal box, so no brake booster, so it's a very race car feel. It's quite a raw drive. It does have power steering, but the experience of driving the car is quite hardcore and quite raw. On the bodywork, we ordered a specially custom-made splitter from overseas from a guy that only makes chin spoilers for muscle cars. Custom-made grills. Because the car doesn't run a front bumper, we custom-made grills to cover the bottom section where the bumper normally runs. Tucked the rear bumper. Everything's been blacked out, so all the chrome has been done in satin black. What's also quite cool on this car is we're running the Sniper EFI system, which is Holly's kind of looks like a carburetor system but isn't, and it's actually fuel injection, which is pretty cool. There's so much. The car's got big brake setup all round from Vari brakes. Also on the center console you'll see there's a whole row of buttons. That's door poppers. The car's obviously been shaved, got no door handle, so you open the door with a remote. I can go on and on and on. There's so many details in this car. Even the vinyls, I mean, those were added like right at the end of the build, just before we revealed. This customer didn't even know. We were like, well, if he doesn't like it, we'll take it off. And turns out he really liked it. So we sort of looked at some of the original ideas from the Camaro and the type of graphics they had, and then adapted them. Obviously the car's got the 383 stroker motor, so we put the 383 logo. So just subtle touches that no one will really notice unless you know about them.